Hey guys, it's your favorite backyard mechanic, and I kind of want to show you my story. Yeah, what I do for a living. You know, basically, I found a niche, and my niche is heavy equipment right now. I still do sawmilling. That's still part of my income. But fixing these old machines, putting them back to use, and selling them has been a good way for me to make a living as of late. It allows me to be home. This is my backyard. My backyard shop cost me $1,200. It's $1,200 carport installed. I put rough cut lumber on the outside. It has full electricity, has water, and concrete on the sides. I haven't done concrete in the middle. And I work out of there, and I fix equipment. I do not fix it for other people. I get a lot of people asking that. No, I buy it, I fix it, and I sell it. And it's allowed me to be a stay-at-home father for a certain stint. My wife's, in school. My wife's doing her thing, and she works from home. We're kind of in a remote area, so our internet has changed. We're basically use a Wi-Fi hotspot, and so I'm trying to get to do more videos, and it's a little bit harder than when I was younger and we lived closer to the city. This little homestead, it's small. It's small, but it's in a great location. You do hear the highway when the leaves fall, but yeah. So this is my freedom. It's life is about finding niches and using it. For a while, I was flipping lawnmowers. I started out flipping, trash picked push mowers. We would trash pick, and then we would clean up the items we found, and we would sell them. Sometimes on eBay, sometimes at little thrift stores and stuff that had, like, you can rent a table for. Peachtree Peddlers in Georgia, right up the road from us. And we found niches, and we kept growing. And then I discovered Amazon, then I discovered Bitcoin, and I discovered, different buying and selling options that helped me become the person I am today, where I don't have to punch a clock, and it's great. The rule of thumb is, if I could give this job, you got to kind of be a little bit more, I have to remind myself a little bit more strict on myself about how often I work. But if I could do a minimum of 2 to 3 hours a day, it's the equivalent of working about 16 hours for someone else at about 12 hours an hour. Sometimes you make more money, but you're in a position, like, I'll show you a little bit of how much equipment costs and how much I sell it for. So this one I kind of I've broken my nuts on this one. That doesn't sound right. This one has not been very profitable. This is a old case, has hydraulic problems. I've got it to run, I've gotten to move, and I'm probably just gonna move it out the door like this, because I've I've put too much time on it. I try to give myself a time limit on each thing. That one I paid too much for. That one I paid $3,900. I put about $200 in hoses and hydraulic oil, and then I think a little bit more on a battery. I probably have close to 43 in it, and I'd be lucky to get that. This machine is a failure, but not so much that I'd feel sad. But some machines are not. Like this 743. It was supposed to be a bad pump, and I pulled the engine. It's not installed right now. I'm trying to line up the yoke. Here's the old yoke, and if you look at it, see, it has no teeth. It was stripped out. So I might have lucked out on this one. Paid $33 running. New yoke. I already had a parts machine, not this one, another one, and grabbed the yoke off that one. Put it on here. I'm now the struggle of reinstalling the engine. After that, we'll go for testing stage. And if it runs and moves and adequately does that without leaking all the oil out, there's a pretty low bar for equipment right now because people are so equipment hungry. Typically, if it doesn't have more than 4 leaks, they want it. I can get upwards of $8,500 to $10,000 for this, depending on how far I go. And you do that 10 to 15 times a year, and you got yourself a living. And this is not all of my equipment. These are the ones I brought over to the shop. I have ones at the farm that I haven't yet even worked on. And so I stay pretty busy doing this. And I'm in no rush. Sometimes people all the time, I got repeat customers. Oh, I need another machine. I need to buy it tomorrow. Can I pay you extra if you can get one ready? I'm like, yeah, no, man. Well, don't you want it? No, not really. I'll do it when I do it, and people know that you can't rush a mechanic. I don't even consider myself a mechanic. I consider myself a parts replacer. I didn't go to school for this, but I can fix some things, And so, yeah, you $5,000 profit on that machine. That one will probably be a $5,000 profit. This one might be a 10. I spent $5,000 on this Bobcat 325. I spent $4,500 on the engine rebuild, and I might can get 20 for it. I have an offer of 20, but I really don't want to sell it because I use it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I list everything for sale, and then half the time people offer me what I'm wanting. I'm like, let me think about that. Because right now, equipment is gone up crazy. Yeah. But that's kind of my niche. That's what I do out of my backyard. I get to see my child grow up. Yeah. I'm there for everything. She's in the house napping right now. I come out here and work for about an hour when she's napping. I work an hour in the morning. I work 2-3 hours in the afternoon. And then when I run out of machines to fix, I go back to sawmilling. I still have customers from that. It's getting really competitive. There's a lot of mills, but I still have repeat customers that have been buying from me for years. So life is just about finding niches, and starting buying and selling stuff was my first love, and it's really spread. It's great. Like I buy and sell flatbeds. Like I have this wedge bed, which I don't actually want to sell it. I want to build a truck around it. Either another international like my login truck, but I got ramps for it. I'm going to build mega ramps like big techs have, so you can load on ramps on it. I'm thinking about hydraulic ramps. But anyway, that's just kind of like what I do for a living. And I would tell any of my subscribers, if, you're young and you don't know what to do, look at what will make you the biggest money to start up. And right now that's buy, sell. If you buy a truck and you do a little work to it and then you sell it and you make a profit, that's honest living. Don't let anyone tell you, you're a used car salesman, you're a used equipment salesman. No, I support my family. I buy something that someone valued lower because it was broken, needed paint. Sometimes they just need paint, Valued something lower, and I bought it. I painted it. I took a risk financially, and then I took another risk saying I can get more money for it. And it paid off. And life is about them risks. Take them, guys. And I hope I don't sound too preachy. I'm just kind of, what I do, nothing fancy, a simple kind of life. Little secluded part of earth I own, and that and living humbly. I live in 650 square feet. My rental house is twice that, but you know what? I could live there, but I'm not. I'd rather rent that out so I don't have to work so hard. But yeah, just thought I'd do a little video about that. Hope y'all doing well and had a good Thanksgiving and a good Christmas coming up. But just find your niches.